game, such as the substitution bugs, since they now have a substitution bar. But for the most part, I guess you could say that they didn't change the old characters too much. So I'm going to forgive them for it this time, but I do wish that for the next game that they would change these characters, because it does make the game a bit dull. So rate that up or down regarding your own preferences, but yeah, that's that. Now, as far as some of the actual improvements they've made to the game, they've made several. There's one where you can hold down O and then call in your support strategically. Of course, as you can see in this stage, they have the ring out feature where if you break the invisible walls, you can ring out the characters. And I think that's really cool. It's really hard to pull off, so for those of you who are worried that it's too easy, it's actually not. They actually also include some environmental things, such as boxes. They don't really improve the gameplay or any. They kind of get in the way. I don't really understand what the point of them are, but it's just another thing that they've added into the game. Of course, they also have secret factors for certain events in the story. I've already discussed that. And when you finish off a character with their ultimate jutsu, well, not only does it say ultimate jutsu finish chance now, so you can know, oh, I can finish them with an ultimate jutsu, but it also plays apart from the episode, or rather, it shows a scene from the episode with them talking, and then it finishes them off. I find this a bit odd, but, you know, whatever. If you like that, that's cool, and if you don't, then you don't. Some characters can also awaken from the start of the battle, like Naruto, for example, and do that in with his own combos. And the yellow glowing thing is where you hold down the attack button like I was discussing earlier. But yeah, being able to awaken from the start of the battle is definitely a really cool feature. It adds a lot. It makes it to where you can do a lot more combos. I don't understand why some characters can and some characters don't. There are some disadvantages and advantages of that, of course. And I really like how they've overall changed the feel of the game by having all these various improvements. Now, there are some that I did mention, but for the most part, yeah, that's most of them. Now, there is one really big problem, as among all these really cool things that they've done, there's one really bad thing that's resulted in all of this. And you guys want to know what that is? Frame rate drops. Now, if you've been playing this game, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Sometimes when you call in all your support characters, or there's actually a certain character in the game, I'm not going to say who it is, but when you play as them, you'll know exactly what I mean. When you call in certain supports or you use this character, the frame rate drops considerably. Now, I don't understand why that is, considering in Generations there was never a frame rate drop, no matter what was going on in the game, unless it just got insanely crazy, which rarely ever happened. But in this game it happens quite frequently. It even happens in the story mode battles whenever there's a lot of talking. You might even be able to see some frame rate drops just from this battle that I'm showing you right here. And it really just takes you out of the game when this happens, because it's never happened in any of the Naruto games that I've played from the Storm series. So to have it happen is just really disorienting, and it really takes you out of the experience. Now, if they are able to fix this, then that's a great thing. But if not, then it's really going to take the rating down of the game overall. And with that being said, you know, the tournament mode's more or less the same, practice mode of course is the same, and of course online is more or less the same, except the frame rate issues really affect online if of course that happens during the battle. So overall everything else is more or less the same. So yeah, that's my overall thoughts on the game. My actual rating is going to be an 8.5 out of 10. It is not a 10 out of 10, it's not a 9.9 out of 10 like some people seem to think about every Naruto game that comes out. I don't care what you say, this game has problems, okay? It's not perfect. There's really no game that's perfect, but it's, you know, it's not crazy to give a game a 10 out of 10, that's not what I'm saying, but this game has some serious issues it has to work out, you know, with some characters getting their same moves back, you know, the frame rate drops, and just some of the character selection things brought the rating down. If they can't fix this frame rate issue, then I'm going to have to even drop the score even lower to an 8 or below, because, quite frankly, that really affects what's been going on with the game. Now, of course, they can easily fix this with a patch. They've already released a patch, and if they do fix it, then it's an 8.5 out of 10, or maybe even a 9 out of 10 if you want to go and really praise it. I've really enjoyed the game. I've been playing it non-stop for these past couple of days, so it's a really good game. If you like Naruto and you like the video games, definitely go get it. It is worth the 60 bucks. If you get it new right now, you get the free Naruto, or the free Goku costume, I mean, so it's definitely worth it. And yeah, really enjoy. Tell me below what your thoughts are on the game. You know, I'm sorry. It's definitely the best Naruto game that's out, I would say, from them, from CyberConnect 2. It's definitely above Storm 2, don't get me wrong, but it just has a few errors. It needs to work out, and hopefully with the next one that comes out on the next generation consoles, they can fix all those problems, and hopefully with patches, they can fix the frame rate issues that really affect the game. Now, the one problem I have, or one concern I have, is that they won't fix this. And the reason why is because in the past, CyberConnect 2 has more or less abandoned the game once it comes out. They don't really fix anything with patches. So I'm hoping that if you guys complain to CyberConnect 2 enough, they'll notice, oh, we've got some frame rate drops. Let's fix that. So please tell CyberConnect 2 to fix this, and if they don't fix it, then like I said, the score drops. So, what are your thoughts on this game? Those are my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. Like if you like, sub if you like, tell me below what your thoughts are, and I will catch you guys later. Silly me guys, I forgot to mention one thing in the review. There's now a burst mode, which occasionally happens in the story mode where it's like a hack and slash element. Think Dynasty Warriors, or more recently Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Impact gameplay. That's rarely in the game, that's why I forgot about it. But it does add some variety, and it just adds some other little things in there, so that's pretty cool. And also, I made one mistake in the review. I hadn't completely beaten the game when I reviewed it, because there are a lot of side missions, so I just wanted to get a good enough feel in order to review it. But I just beat one, and it said now survival mode is unlocked for the versus mode, so yes, survival mode is still playable in the versus menu. I'm sorry, I just didn't know. And from what I heard online, people were saying the same thing as me earlier, so I assumed. So, apologize about that. Neither one are deal breakers. My review score is still the same, but I just wanted to let you guys know. I know people are very harsh about mistakes, so I wanted to make sure that you guys know that I apologize. I just made a little mistake. So, yeah, that's all I had to say. Catch you guys later.